name is Shamim Naluvega, and I'm the Communications Manager for the International Fertilizer Development Center. This is the organization that is implementing the BRIGHT project in partnership with Agriterra, and the BRIGHT project is funded by the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Well, for the last 2 days, we have hosted what we call an agricultural media visit in the Elgon region. We have visited and interacted with farmers, cooperatives, and circles. As a project, we are empowering smallholder farmers in 3 regions, that is Kigezi, Rwenzori, and Elgon. And we're empowering them under these specific components. The first being fast farming systems, the second is sustainable land use and crop production, and we also have access to affordable financial services, as well as access to markets and the value chain development, and the food and nutrition security. So to ensure that farmers have access to market for their produce, we are working with cooperatives. Cooperatives reach out to smallholder farmers, buy off their agricultural produce, for instance, the Irish potatoes, the coffee, the vegetables, and then they sell it to major off-takers like SAMs. And for them to work with these major off-takers, we have enabled them sign memorandums of understanding where they agree on the pricing and the quantities that will be off-taken. Well, this assures our farmers of steady prices as well as access to market all year round. Other than that, we are empowering farmers in the best agronomic practices as well as the post-harvest handling practices. We are teaching them the best practices they need to practice in the highlands so that their production increases. And when their production increases, they are assured of better incomes and better livelihoods for their households. Other than that, we are teaching them about the crop integration. We well know that every family not only needs an income, but they need food all year round. So we are making sure that with all the farmers that we're working with, they have a high production of both cash crops and food crops. With our food crops, they have enough food to take them through the year, and they also have enough and a variety of foods for better nutrition. This is keeping them and their households very, very healthy. About the access to affordable finance, we are working with farmer groups, ensuring that they come together to form what we call village savings and loan associations. With this, they get to save together and they get to get affordable credits in real time and in the shortest period of time. And then they get to invest in their agro businesses. Other than that, we are also ensuring that they are attached to circles. At the circles, they get to get loans that they invest in their agro enterprises. Yesterday, we visited a cooperative. It is called the Menja Farmers Association. And right there, we realized that they have bulked together. They have several farmers. They are bulking their Irish together. They have signed a memorandum of understanding with SAM's Food Industries that off-takes, and the farmers in Kapchora are getting cash in real time. And we also know that they have a village saving association that lends out to individual farmers, and the farmers use this money to invest in their agricultural enterprises. In a nutshell, that is what we do as the BRIGHT project. We well know that a healthy body helps you work harder and achieve more. So we are coming down to these communities and we are teaching them through demonstrations that we are teaching them about the kinds of foods that they're supposed to consume. And after teaching them, we help them construct what we call, or even establish what we call kitchen gardens. Every household must have a kitchen garden where they'll have vegetables, they'll have fruits, and main food crops. When they harvest, their families are able to consume all the types of food, and they're able to live healthy and happily, and they have enough energy and are healthy enough to go out and practice their agriculture. The team that has traveled from Kigezi and Elgon, we have realized that we are working in the highland regions where we don't have formal banking institutions. What does that mean? It means that we are helping the farmers establish or even work on what we call internal capital generation. They're supposed to work amongst themselves to collect the funds they need. And they're starting small but growing big. Because now that they have formed the VSLAs, they get to save together and loan to each other. The second part is that we are working with financial institutions. For instance, the Pearl Capital Partners. Through the Pearl Capital Partners, we ensure that it lends money to SACCOs. For instance, the Ruchiga SACCO that has received more than $1 billion Ugandan shillings that it has then channeled down to the smallholder farmers. So you have two of these right here. You have the VSLs, and then you have the downward lending. We have the upward lending from Pearl Capital Partners that goes down to the SACCOs, and then the SACCOs give the funds to the smallholder farmers. One of the cultures that we want to instill among our farmers is self-sufficiency and sustainability. We have moved away from the culture of handing people goods or money or free things. We are now empowering them to solve their own issues. They get to identify the challenges that they have on ground, and we empower them to come up with solutions. Now we are actually achieving our goal, because as we speak, the farmers first of all are empowered in the best agronomic practices. That means that they have the skills to achieve their agriculture dreams. The second is that they have been linked to the private sector actors that provides them all the services and the agro inputs that they need. I'll give you an example. If they need fertilizers and the seed that they plant, they know where to get it. They know that they can get it from Figure Seeds, they can get it from the seed multipliers, the certified ones, and they know they can get it like from Elgon. And if they need to sell their produce, they know that they have SAMs and other off-takers. The third is about the access to affordable financial services. We have seen that they have established VSLs. They're actually now generating their internal capital. The second is that they know where to get the money. They know that even though they cannot access the banks in the highlands, they at least have SACCOs. And we have linked them directly to these SACCOs so they can apply loans and get them at the least interest rate possible and at any time. For all the houses that you have visited, you have realized that they have both the cash and the food crops. Every household has a garden that has sufficient food to take them throughout the year. And on top of that, they also have cash crops that they sell and get an increased income. We have to keep at the back of our minds that one of our main goals is to ensure that all the households we are working with in the highlands have enough income, but also have enough food that can take them through the year. And with these gardens and the kitchen gardens, they are catered for, both the income and the food supply. For the market access, we are achieving because now we have supported our farmers form clusters and work within cooperatives. They are bulking together now. They're not working as individuals, they are working as groups. You'll find that several farmers are attached to cooperatives. And with the cooperatives, they get to harvest from their gardens, they bring their produce to the cooperatives, they get to bargain for better prices as a group, and they get to sell together as a group. So in the highlands, I would assure you that people are not struggling with markets anymore. I would say that challenges will always be there. And challenges will continue because we will need to develop and develop further. So I see us in the near future, or even I see us continuing to empower these people to access the markets that they need, because they still need these markets. And I see us continuing to empower them so that they can access more credible finance, especially in some of these areas. We've been in the Elgon regions, up here in Kapchora, up here in Bulambuli. We have seen that there's still no banks. So that means that we need SACCOs in the region, and we need more partners to come on board.
My name is Kiptala Moses. This is the Mengia village, Benet Sub-County, Queen District. We are on the slopes of Mount Elgon at an altitude of about 2,400 meters above the sea level. And this is where we feel the potato production is very good. Even if there are challenges which I will be explaining as we go, but then it favors potato and many other variety of crops. Briefly, let me try to go a little bit behind. As I've told you, my name is Kiptala Moses. I'm the chairman of a cooperative called Mengia Integrated Farmers Cooperative Society. which previously was an association. It was formed in 2008 with only 9 members. And our aim by that time was actually to use the available environment to make sure that we improve the livelihoods of the people through farming. And before, potato has been here for a very long time, but it has been having challenges because we started from having a recycled seed where farmers can plant a seed. You plant this season, you plant the other season, and the production was, was very, very low. Imagine 1 bag could just produce 3 bags. You plant 100 kilos, you get 3 bags. And this one has really continued, really. And you know that when we go to farming, our target is to reduce the inputs, then eventually get the high production. That's when you say you have the business. So when we formed, we realized this. After a lot of exposure going to Southwest, districts like Rubanda, districts like Kabale, we learned that even potato had a certified seed, which was produced in a research station called Kachwekano. So when we reached Kachwekano, we realized that the production in Southwest was high compared to what was produced in Mount Elgon. So then we went to ask ourselves, why? We went through, and then we realized that the people from Southwest had a research station called Kachwekano, which used to multiply potato. They raise potatoes from plantlets. When you plant the plantlets in the greenhouse, you produce the mini tubers. When you produce the mini tubers, you go again to the garden to produce a basic seed. So for us, all this was absent, because for us was just recycling seed. So what did we do as a group? We started buying a basic seed from farmers from Kabale, which were trained on greenhouse management, how to raise the seed, and they were supported by IFDC at that level. So we brought the plantlets, the basic seed. We realized that when you plant 1 bag of potato, we are getting 15 bags compared to the three bags which we used to get. Then we realized that the biggest challenge in Mount Elgon was the issue about the certified seed and the quality seed. So this one really brought a change. So we went further and said, then how are we going to have the seed being generated from the greenhouse? Then we are trained now on how to raise the plantlets. We went again to Kachwekano. We sent our farmers to be trained on how to manage the greenhouses, how to manage the plantlets, how to go to what we call aeroponics. Then from there, we started now having support from IFDC, and they constructed for us greenhouses, a few greenhouses in the mountain. We have about 3 greenhouses, which we are operating. Each greenhouse takes around 2,000 plantlets. So the 3 greenhouses could take 6,000 plantlets. When you plant 6,000 plantlets, you are able to get around 228,000 mini tubers, which made us again to go to the garden. So when we produce that at mini tuber level, we got pre-basic. And this pre-basic, when you go to the garden, sometimes the production goes up to 24 bags per acre, because 1 acre of potato, 1 acre takes 8 bags or 10 bags, depending on the sizes. You can see what I have here. These 2 tubers, this is a seed. This is 45 millimeter, but this one is 30 millimeter. So when you have this one planting in the garden, this one will only take 8 bags. But for this one, it will take 10 bags. Why? Because the tubers are bigger. And you know, this one now affects the sizing. So currently, as we talk, we are able to network with the farmers, because we started as 9 members. From 9 members, we had 30 members. Out of 30 members, we had 14 women. We had 8 men, and then the youth. As we talk right now, we have 300 farmers who are engaged in the potato production. And out of these 300, we have even subdivided ourselves. Not all of us goes to sweet potato, because sweet potato really needs a lot of training. So we have got 25 people who have specialized on seed production. Then the rest are on ware. So where we are now, we are in a store called diffuse light store. Why diffuse light store? It is diffuse because to raise up the seed of the potato, it moves around the temperatures. The potato doesn't need a lot of very high temperatures or very low temperatures. So when you see this diffuse light store, it must bring in air, and then it must take out the air. So this is a diffuse light store, which we got support from IFDC with the partnership with the Mengia Integrated Farmers Cooperative Society. So it was a joint commitment, because for us we provide the local materials, for them they bring for us semen, then eventually now we have this diffuse light store. So for me, I can say where we were, we didn't think that at one level we shall have enough seed to support the farmers in this region. But now we can say we have now plenty of potato. We have had even people coming from outside our district. It is not longer now Kwen, but it is a global issue. We are having people from Bukwa, we are having people from Bale buying the seed from our society, and I think things have changed. Even if there are some few challenges, which I can say, maybe I will mention it later, and these challenges are even beyond our capacity. For us, we have had the capacity to mobilize farmers, because having 300 farmers engaged in production means a lot. But where is the gap? The gap is still that even if we are producing the basic seed, the few greenhouses that we had here is not enough to capture more than 10,000 farmers that we need. The other challenge which is there is accessing road to the market. You must have tested it. It takes a heart for somebody to reach here. And yet this is a production area. This is the basket of the whole country. We have had people now taking potato as far as Rwanda, Burundi, Central Africa, Southern Sudan. So I think there is a business, but there is still a gap. If farmers are equipped with the more greenhouses, if farmers are equipped with the diffuse light stores, because here is so rainy. When it rains and you want to harvest potato, and you don't have a store, that means that is a total loss. So we still need more storage facilities. If the road can be improved, I think we can access the market, because I think this road really has reduced even the prices. Imagine the price of the wire potato now in Elgon region. It's around 500 shillings. And yet the seed, for us, when we produce a seed here, we sell it at 180 kilos, and the demand is high. We are producing less. So when you see the input of the seed alone by the farmer against the price of the wire potato, it frustrates the farmers. Why? Because of the road network, because of the marketing network. So I think these are areas that we feel at a certain level our government should intervene, because they should reward the people by giving even the road. They should give us the capacity to train more farmers on how to produce the potato seed, starting from plantlets to basic, to basic seed to basic, so that we really use the opportunity to make sure that the production levels with the farmers is higher.